Dead did too, how you can kind of like hunt and everything, and fish and get money that way, and craft stuff, and all that. As
Right.
far as missions go, there's really nothing to do yet.
Oh, are you talking about just online?
Yeah, online.
In my opinion, there's nothing to do in that game in the online mode at all, and I think the biggest problem isn't even necessarily the lack of missions, it's there's no one in the towns. So, like, in like if you play the story, you can just interact with everyone, but you can't do that because your character doesn't talk.
Right. I mean, you have the stupid emotes or whatever the hell they're called.
And I think that is really going to limit what your character can do. And I get it. Arthur's dialogue for the characters was more for, his progression over the story and how at the end he came to appreciate life more and everything like that, which is fine.
Right. He was changing his ways slowly, basically, and then he ends up getting tuberculosis.
Right. And I get that. Like, my character online doesn't need to do that. But my character online can at least say, hey, how are you doing? Or fuck off. My character should be able to at least say something instead of the stupid emotes that don't even respond right away. There's a good, 2-3 second delay before you click on the emote and it happens.
Right. I mean, obviously the game's still in beta, so they're still trying to figure things out, I'm assuming. Get stuff fixed and patched and add this and that, and blah blah, whatever.
I don't picture them doing that, though, because they would have to go and record voice lines.
Right.
And, I mean, they easily could, but in their mind, they're like, why spend the money?
Yeah, because it's not like they don't have it. Shark cards. Even though that probably goes to this game.
It would, not necessarily. I mean, it would depend on, like, if you buy a shark card through Rockstar, okay? That would only go, the shark card itself would only go to this game. Right. So instead, I'm trying to think what it is. You buy gold, right?
Yeah, it's gold bars, I think.
Yeah. So, and, they've kind of made it so you can, like, they've lowered the prices, and they've kind of made it so you don't need to spend real money. And if people want to spend real money, they can. So, go away, Agent 14, nobody cares.
I wonder how long it's gonna be in beta.
I mean, they can call it in beta. See, that's the thing, like, you look at games that are early access and everything, okay? That's technically what Red Dead Online is it's an early access game. Because betas are more of a, hey, we're gonna run this beta to stress test it and see how everything works.
Right.
This thing is just an early access thing that eventually they're gonna say, hey, it's finished, but we're still gonna make updates too.
I was hoping you'd get in the back door.
Oh, sure.
That way you could shoot out of it, hopefully. I just hope that they add something. Ow. Lost control of that a little.
I'm sure they will, but
oh yeah.
I think if anything, it'll depend on how long it takes for them to add stuff.
Right.
Because I think if anything, eventually people just won't be interested.
Right, yeah, I guess if they wait too long. On to Battlefield now.
I haven't played Battlefield in a little bit.
Yeah, it's the last time I played.
Actually, the last time I played Battlefield was when we played with Chase.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. I mean, I've played some of the story, and to me, the story just kind of seems like an introduction to each class.
That's basically what it is. It's the same as last year. It's like a tutorial. It's like, hey, this is how you fly a plane. This is how you drive a tank.
I hate the plane flying. Such a pain in the ass.
I miss modern combat stuff. Like, I miss Battlefield 4 and the planes and the tanks and the C4 and the Stingers and... Sorry. The Jeep stuff and the Stingers and everything. Like, I like the World War II. It's like some of the stuff, like Battlefield 5's multiplayer is fun, kinda. But I don't like the weapons. And it's not the game's fault, you know? Like, it's the weapons that were available back then.
Right, damn, I wanted to try and get up there, right up the stairs.
But to me, it's just, you know, they're mostly the same.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, World War II has been done to death. And they were very, like, I liked what they did with World War I because, you know, it was a new setting. No one really did World War I.
Right, yeah, I'd never played that one.
But at the same time, there's a reason nobody ever did World War I because that was, you know, the weapons were just as bad.
Yeah. If not worse.
So, this year will be, since it's EA, this year will be a Star Wars year. So you'll either have like a new Battlefront or you'll have a new Star Wars game of some kind. And then next year, if they make a new Battlefield, you'll have that. It'll be out next year. So it'll either be out, or my assumption is it's either going to be, we're either going to go back to, you know, like modern combat kind of stuff. Or, to be honest, I would be alright if they went to, like, Vietnam.
Yeah, right? That would actually be kind of interesting.
They did it once, when Bad Company 2 was out. There was a Vietnam expansion, and it was okay.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it was alright. But I think it'd be cool. But in my opinion, if you're gonna do Vietnam, okay, and I don't want this to sound like cliche or anything, but you have to do the music from the Vietnam era because it is so iconic to that war.
Oh yeah.
You know what? You need the Forrest Gump soundtrack.
Yes. Let's just say it. You need Forrest Gump.
Well, and it wouldn't surprise me if they added, you know, like a little Easter egg or whatever, where somebody's running through and, you know, something bit me.
Screaming,
you know,
running by.
Like that.
No, screaming, running by, yelling, I gotta find Bubba. Have you seen him?
Yeah, like, it'd be cool. But
I would laugh my ass off. It would be cool, but I'd still laugh my ass off.
I would also really like a Bad Company 3. Those were the best stories that they've done for Battlefield stories. I never finished 4. I didn't care for 3. But like the Bad Company 2 story was the best story they've ever done for a Battlefield game.
I did 3.
3 was the one with the nuclear bomb and, you know, you were the Marine who was held hostage or whatever, and
at the end of it,
flashbacks.
Yeah, at the end of it, beat the one dude in the face with a brick.
Yeah. And like
I'm
it
like,
wasn't.
damn.
I mean, they were going for what Call of Duty did at the time, which was high set piece action movie stories. And to be honest, that was the only reason I bought a Call of Duty game was for the story. And this year it didn't have it. Call of Duty took out the story.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. But next year the rumor is they're gonna bring it back, which really pisses me off.
Oh, that they took the story out?
No. So, you know what an earnings call is?
Huh?
For like a company?
Who?
Do you know what an earnings call is for like businesses, like what they do?
Not exactly.
So when a company, like it's a major corporation, like, you know, you take like EA or fucking Walmart or whoever, and you know, they have like people invested in their company, or people who invest in their company.
Mm.
They do earnings calls, and they go over what they're gonna do for, you know, the next year, what they're making, and how well they did. And Activision, the company behind Call of Duty, said that they had a record year last year, okay? And in the same day that they had this earnings call, laid off 800 people.
They did what? Laid
They
off?
laid off 800 people. And I was just like, you know, that's really freaking crappy.
Yeah, right?
You can't go and say, oh, we had a record year, and then lay off 800 people.
That's why they had a record year. Huh.
It's really crappy in my opinion. But but also you have Battlefield's Battle Royale mode that'll come out. It's supposed to come out next month, I think. But it'll be different. I don't know. I'll probably try it like a few times. I'm really into Apex Legends right now. That's a pretty damn fun game. I suck at it.
What's that game all about? What's that game all about?
So, did you ever play Titanfall or Titanfall 2?
No, I don't think so. But I've seen it though.
So Titanfall 2, it has one of the best campaigns in a first-person shooter I've ever played. I loved it. But anyway, it's by the people who made Titanfall and Titanfall 2, but it is a free-to-play battle royale mode or game. And the only way you can do it, you can't play by yourself. It's, you know, teams of 3, and, you know, there's 60 players, and you drop into a map, and whatever. But you have, I want to say 8 players, or 8 characters you can choose from, and they all have different abilities, and everything like that. And, you know, it's another battle royale, like, see who can finish first kind of thing. But even though I suck at it, I like it. Like, they do some really cool things. Like, if you and I were playing together, okay, and say there was an enemy, like, where I just shot at, like, over there, okay? I could ping him, and he would show up on your screen, and my character would say, enemy over there, and you would know where he was. And you can ping everything. You can ping weapons, ammo, all that stuff. And, I mean, again, it's free, so, and it's one of those, like, you know, you can buy cosmetics for your characters, or you can earn them in-game, but there's no, like, microtransactions to, like, make your character better. So all of the microtransactions are purely cosmetic. So, like, I'd recommend it. Like, I think you and I could have a good time with it. Like I said, I suck, so don't expect to win.
I suck at Battlefield.
I do too. I suck at shooters, but they're fun, as long as you have the right people.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's always nice to come back and visit Los Santos.
Yep.
where it all started.
Another game that I kind of want to check out is The Division 2. That comes out next week, I think.
What I want to know is, did you ever get Erin to play Resident Evil?
No, I haven't. I asked her. She said she wouldn't, but I'm still working on it.
Because I think that would be awesome for you guys to do a video together of you guys playing that game. I think it would be awesome. Hey, and a side note, this game came out in 2012? 13? Right?
2000. You talking about GTA 5?
Yes.
13. Yeah, the building's still not finished.
Yeah, it's still here. It's like Maggie. Simpsons have been around for 30 plus years, and Maggie is still a fucking baby.
That's the one thing that I really like about Red Dead. I mean, not really in the online mode do they do it, but in the story, you know, the buildings go up.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you happen to be like me and murder the father and son who are putting the building up the very first time you see them, so they never get a chance to finish the house.
Is that the guys that he's shooting at people and then you kill him and then Arthur loans him the money?
No. It's just a random event, like side thing, where I stumbled across and a guy and his two sons were putting up a house. And like the father is like telling his sons, you know, like what to do, and they're holding one of the walls up and they drop it. And he's like, oh, you know, this is why you guys can't do anything right, blah, blah, blah. And I was standing there, and this is like when I first started playing the game. So, you know, I didn't know the mechanics. I didn't know, you know, like the consequences of the game yet. And I was like, oh, let's have some fun. I murdered all three of them, and I burned their bodies. The house never went up. All throughout the story, the house never went up.
You know, I was thinking about doing, and I might just do a couple and see how it goes. Do a couple, I know there's still a bunch of side missions left that I have not done yet. And I thought about just going through and doing them. Doing a couple and recording them and doing a video on them. I mean, it's not the same without Arthur, but I can still do them and record things from my perspective, my choices, and blah, blah, blah.
Some of them, I think. Because I know, depending on the side mission, only some of, like, most of them, you know, go on, or whatever, like, from time to time, like, as time passes. But some of them are only good for whatever chapter you're in, because I think they kind of pertain to that chapter, but they're still side quests.
Right, well, I know, like, if I go on there now, it still shows I got side missions.
Right,
and it's not a bunch, but, I mean, plus I also want to do, wouldn't mind finishing doing the legendary fish and then the legendary animals. Getting them.
Yeah.
Some of them, though, the map for the legendary fish, I've looked at the map for the legendary animals like once or twice. It's kind of a pain in the ass to follow, because it's like your regular map just shrunk down.
Wait, what? What do you mean? When you're doing the legendary fishing?
Yeah, like when you get the legendary fish and it shows you the spot that they're at for that type of legendary fish.
Okay.
It looks like your regular map, like if you pull it up. But it looks like everything's just kind of shrunk down and condensed a little bit, so it's kind of hard to find the right spots.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of a pain in the ass. So.
I think like.
But I still want to try. I still want to try and do and get them all and see if anything happens.
Well, I'm thinking because it'd be a game that over time I think I would like to 100%. But if I'm gonna do that, I think I would rather do it as Arthur.
Yeah. I would agree.
Especially, I kind of have to replay it anyways because there were some camp member missions that I missed, so I didn't get that achievement. So,
yeah, I think there was a few for me.
So to get that achievement, I have to go back and play as Arthur anyways.
Yeah, I think you probably have to go back in and load.
Oh, I'd just start over.
True.
As long as that, you know, first chapter is, I think I'd rather just start over. But man, I love the story of that game. But I honestly think the way the condition that's in right now, I think I'd rather just play the single player and not really touch the online until they really fully update it. Like, you sent me that one thing on Instagram, and I think I had read it in an article. You know, they're updating the next update's gonna have the enemies to where they only show up like if they're close by or whatever. They, you know, so you can't just follow someone on the map.
Right.
And that's cool, but unless you just add characters to the town, that's all I want. I want to be able to go watch the play and say, if you gave me that, I'd spend an hour in the game.
Yeah, right?
Because that play was really cool. Like, really I don't understand why that's not in there. There's no one wandering the streets.
Not a whole lot.
No one in the bars, really.
There's more NPCs than there was like when we started. But no, they could definitely add more.
I can't play poker.
Really?
No. You can't play poker in the online mode. The tables are there, but they're all empty.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. It's just, you know, add some cut to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back and playing it and doing some stuff again. Ooh, excuse me. Or just go back in and play the story and see like what side quest I have and then just do them. I mean, yeah, it's not the same without Arthur, but I mean, yeah, I think I'd rather just play it as Arthur. Like, I'd rather just, I made the mistake. I don't think I saved manually in the second chapter. I think it was always auto-save, so I think I'd rather just suffer through it and play it as Arthur. It'd be worth it.
I don't like John, but Arthur's character, like I've played as John, and you know, in the first Red Dead, and Arthur's character is just much more.
It's definitely one of those characters enjoyable that you get attached to. It's like,
yeah,
this dude's a badass, but he's a badass, but he's a cool badass.
You know what would get me to play the online mode?
Arthur shows up.
If you make it, if you make it so I can join or just like do missions with him in the game, or even just him by himself.
That would be awesome.
I would replay those missions over and over and over again.
That card just now it's upside down. Oh yeah. No, this is. I don't know what it was, but. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I was really, really attached to the character, and like, yeah, that's one of my favorite characters.
He is.
And the story. And just, I don't know, everything about it.
He is my second favorite character of all time.
They definitely had a lot of hit you right in the feels moments.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude, fuck you guys.
Yeah, he is my second favorite character of all time.
Alright, so who's your first?
Joel from The Last of Us.
Never played that game, so...
I can relate to him more than I can to Arthur. I'm not a gunslinger from the Old West.
True.
If I was, you know, to be alive during like an apocalypse, I'd just be a guy trying to get by.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Still carrying his watch that his daughter gave him on his birthday. Even though it no longer works as correct from that daughter, so he's carrying it around. God, that game, like, you want to talk about a game that hits you in the feels. That game in the first 15 minutes, man, rips your heart out. That's a hell of a game.
I'm trying to think of what other game to get. Well, no, I'm not. I take that back. I am not. Because I have Crash Bandicoot still sitting here that I'm going to play and do videos on.
Oh.
Got it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play it. Because I have never played it, ever.
They're fun.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's fun.
They're good platformers.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's just see what it's all about. Why not? Brittany loves the game.
If you are looking for a game that you and I can play that we don't have to really, like, we can deal with other people, but at the same time we don't have to. Look into The Division. Because it's a game that has loot, which is, you know, like Destiny or whatever, but basically you're part of like a secret division. I hate to use the word division because it's freaking good, but of like the military in like Washington DC has fallen and stuff, and you gotta like go take it back. But you can do the whole story and you can get the loot and everything without having to screw around with actual people.
What was the game? It was on. We got it on Steam. We played together a few times. It was free.
Warframe?
Yeah, that's it. Where you actually kind of worked with people.
Yeah. I tried going... I think the problem is that game requires a huge commitment to really understand what is going on, because now they've released it so you can travel to other planets and fly a ship, and it's open world and all this stuff, and I'm like, so much to that game that I have no idea what that was going on.
Yeah, that's a little confusing.
Also, you know what you could get that you could do videos on the free.
What's that?
Free PlayStation Plus game this month is the first season of Hitman.
Oh,
like
really?
2016. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all like sneaking around and shit, I think.
It does not have to be.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You can play that game however you want. You can kill someone with a rubber duck if you wanted to.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to look. I know I got an email the other day about when my subscription is out. I have to look at it again.
I usually, like, even if I'm like, you know, I'm probably never gonna play this, I always add the game to my library, because you never know.
True.
But yeah, it's the first season of Hitman, and I don't remember what the second one was.
I'll have to look.
But, I don't remember what I was gonna say. don't remember. But no, Crash Bandicoot, those games are pretty good. I really want to check out the Spyro Remastered Trilogy.
I heard good things about that, actually.
I have two. I remember I played the original Spyro back on, PlayStation, and that was good. Good time. But yeah, I don't really know what I want to do with Red Dead, because the online portion of that game it's not fun.
No,
Like,
yeah, it's kind of...
At least with, like GTA, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to do, but at least when you and I first started, the city was full.
Yeah, that is true.
And the other problem that I have with Red Dead, and I think you and I talked about this the last time we played.
The damn idiots. And you know what? Just a side note, I kind of think that's why everyone just runs around and shoots each other, because there's nothing to do.
Well, I mean, and I'm sure it is, and you're gonna have some of the idiots who just goof around and are like, oh, look at me, and everything.
Right.
But the biggest problem that I have is that world is so big, okay? And you have a horse. And to get from one location to the other, you have to ride a horse. Okay?
Can't fast travel?
Well, no. You can, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you can.
But in the story, you at least had the banter between Arthur and whoever else. Or, even sometimes just Arthur and himself. But in the online mode, it's dead quiet, especially if you're by yourself. You don't have anything, and like you don't have a radio station.
Right, obviously.
Which is why I think they need to add more NPCs as possible, because they need to keep you engaged and not make it feel like a haul to go from one side of the map to the other. Because, you think about it. It's a 3 to 5 minute ride. So, like when we set up camp by the hot springs. It's a good 3-minute ride from the hot springs to Valentine. So if you're doing that by yourself...
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, it's going to be kind of boring.
That's going to make you not want to play your game here. And I don't know, like to be honest, I didn't think I would ever come back to GTA after Red Dead came out.
Yeah, we had talked about that, because you're like, oh, well, we probably want to go play this or something, because you're like, oh, we probably won't come back to this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
We are.
I had no idea that their online mode would be as blank. I don't want to call it dull, but just blank. Like, it doesn't have anything.
Kind of boring.
Woohoo! Don't you dare shoot my parachute.
What do you want your next Rockstar game to be?
I don't know. I mean, they're probably, I would assume, probably going to go with another GTA.
I hope not. I want because like if you look at Red Dead, okay, and the writing that went into that, they could really make something special out of like a new IP. Or I would even take like another Bully or something. I mean, I'm sure it is going to be GTA just because it makes billions of dollars.
That's where they've made that's their like cash crop right there.
But
Oh.
I would prefer something new. But I mean, you know, if it is another like GTA, I'll be satisfied with it.
And it'll probably be in New York. I think it'd be cool to do a mixture of both.
Well, it wouldn't be both, it would be all three. Because you would have Los Santos,
Vice
you
City.
would have Liberty City, and you would have Vice City.
Do we get the kick-ass 80s rock music again?
Well, see, I don't remember who said it. It was someone from Rockstar, and they said Vice City really only works as a timepiece. Like you couldn't do Vice City nowadays because it, you know, I mean, what is that? That's Los Angeles pretty much, right? Just not as hilly.
Yeah, true. I mean, I know it was like set in Florida, wasn't it?
Vice City was Miami.
Yeah.
And it was basically their version. It's basically Scarface is pretty much what Vice City was. But yeah, like if you did Vice City again, you would have to do it as an 80s set piece.
True.
Which I'd be okay with. But at the same time, I mean, every time a new GTA is rumored or, you know, about to be announced, every rumor is, and I feel like it's been this way for every game, is it's going to have all three. You know, you can travel between locations, which
I think it'd be cool.
it would. I'm almost 100% sure none of the video game systems that have been released could run it.
Too big.
I mean, yeah. The size of that. I mean, and I guess if you did it, the only way you couldn't drive to all three of them. You'd have to fly.
Yeah,
And
like
there would
load
have
to
to
the
be-
next one.
Yeah. But man, that would be huge.
That'd be awesome.
The other, I wouldn't mind seeing them go back to London either.
Why did they go there?
Before, I'm trying to remember what game it was. I don't remember if it was GTA 1, 2, or if it was like an expansion. But I want to say before 3, it was a top-down one. But I want to say they went to London. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they did though. But I think that would be cool.
I never played that one, obviously, because I never had those systems. So, never played it. Oh, that's horseshit.
But I do. I think it'd be cool to travel to them, all three of them. But
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Man,
That'd be the ultimate.
that'd be a lot of resource power.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because whatever their next game is not coming out on PS4 or Xbox One. It'll be on whatever the next consoles are.
Right.
Which those will probably come out in, I guess, is next year. I say fall or holiday of next year is when you'll get your new consoles.
Yeah, because when did PS4 come out?
They both came out in November of 2013, 1 week apart from each other.
But yeah, I mean, I think they'll both come out next year. I have no idea what they're gonna be, but
Yeah, we'll see.
Microsoft's doing some cool things with their like Game Pass stuff that they have and everything. So I think that's kind of cool. There haven't really been a lot of like really big game announcements for this year. Like last year, you knew you had God of War, you knew you had Red Dead, you knew you had Destiny 2, you knew you had like Marvel's Spider-Man. I'm trying to think what comes out this year.
I'm ready for, like, another God of War.
Oh, fuck.
I enjoyed
God.
I enjoyed the shit out of that game.
I don't think you'll see it on the PS4. I really don't.
Probably not.
Because you gotta think, that thing came out last year in April. So, the next God of War, I say, gets announced in 2021, maybe 2020. If it doesn't come out for like another year or two. No, you know what'll probably be announced this year? The next Horizon Zero Dawn.
They're coming out with another one?
I imagine so. That one did pretty well.
Well, alrighty.
I'd take another one of those.
Yeah, I'd get it.
I really enjoyed that game. I think...
I keep telling
I
people
don't
with
think
all
you're
the...
gonna have...
I keep telling people with all the, like, advanced technology and coming out with... Not coming out with, but they've designed cars that'll drive themselves, or working on it. And you've got this Alexa thing to tell it to do whatever. I keep telling people, alright, this is the start, this is Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm telling you. I'm telling you motherfuckers this.
I've seen Terminator 2, I know it happens.
Yeah. He's... Well, shit, he comes back from the future and tries to save mankind.
Yeah, after he was the one who originally tried to destroy it.
Yeah. Yeah, how fucked up is that?
I think you'll get a Watch Dogs 3 announcement this year, which probably comes out in November.
I played the first one and I didn't get into that at all. That game had too much hype.
It did. The second one was so much better than the first one.
I did hear that. I heard the second one was a lot better.
The second one had at least, somewhat enjoyable characters, and it was just, let's just goof around kind of thing. It didn't take itself so seriously, like the first one did.
What was that?
So...
You got a shaker cup over there?
Oh no, that was Lizzie. She's shaking.
Oh.
So I'd say that comes out this year. Jesus, I'm trying to think. There is the Super Mario Maker 2 coming out, which I'm excited for. They're remaking Link's Awakening on the Switch, which I'm excited for.
I haven't read my Game Informer yet. Or flipped through it, I should say. 'Cause that's typically what I do.
Oh.
I typically flip through them. If there's anything that I see that piques my interest, then I read the article.
I really wonder how long Game Informer is going to be around, which makes me kind of sad.
Why do you say that? Other
Well,
than it's the digital age.
go ahead.
I was gonna say other than it's a digital age.
No, because their magazine is digital. I get mine digital now.
Oh yeah, well yeah, no, that's true. They do that.
Because I can't tell you how much longer GameStop's going to be around. And Game Informer is owned by GameStop.
Well, that would make sense.
Let me rephrase it. They're not owned. I don't think they're owned, but GameStop is who distributes their magazine.
Right.
But yeah, I honestly, because last year it was reported that GameStop was looking for a buyer, like, you know, someone to buy them because they're struggling. And two weeks ago, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago, they pulled out and said that all of the offers they received they weren't happy with, which means if they don't find one, they're more than likely going to file for bankruptcy.
Business no bueno, huh?
Well, you gotta think, you have...
I mean, you can buy most of your games online.
Yeah. And PlayStation has a sale going on right now where 2K games, like the wrestling ones, the basketball ones, Bioshock and all that stuff, that's all on sale. Like, these companies run sales all the time. Xbox Game Pass, which is basically a streaming service for video games, is ridiculous. That you pay $10 a month and you get access to a whole shit ton of games that you can play whenever you want. And every first-party Xbox game, like Halo, Gears of War, all of those, are automatically added to that list when they release. So instead of paying $60 for a brand new game, you pay $10 a month and you have that brand new game.
Right, oh yeah, that'd definitely be the cheaper and better way to go.
Which, in my opinion, Sony's going to have to do the same thing.
Oh yeah. To keep
I mean,
up.
their exclusives are better. Like, you know, God of War, The Last of Us, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn and everything, like, they're better. But like, that service alone has me interested in buying an Xbox, because, you know, like, they're gonna be cheap, you know. So like, I'm like, I've never owned one, but paying. Also, that service is available on the PC as well. Not every game that they have on that service is available on the PC, but all of their first-party stuff is. So now I'm just waiting for them to bring Halo to the PC, and I'll be happy. But you can sign up for it without owning an Xbox.
I don't really know if I really have, like... I mean, it's great. It sounds like a great deal. But, like, for me, it's like, I don't really know. Xbox... Yeah. Never really been an Xbox person, basically.
But see, that's just, I think that's just because, like, you've never owned one, though.
No.
Like,
I mean, I've played them before.
I will say that, in my opinion, the Xbox 360 was the better system of the 360 and the PS3 generation, because the way what they did with, like, their Xbox Live and everything was great. But with their Game Pass and stuff, if they do well with that on the next generation, like, I can see myself owning one. I don't know, like, it just... I don't see a need for a GameStop anymore. Like,
Oh, no.
I went in there, which is sad. You know, I like the conversations that I've had with the employees and everything, and...
Oh, yeah.
Like, I went into one today, just to kind of, like, go in there and, you know, just, like, look around. And I was in there for 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm done. I was like, I don't see a need to... The only need
to keep places like that around, really, are the fact that not every place has good internet.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I can order my stuff off of Amazon, and if I'm a Prime member, I get free shipping, and it'll show up on the day on the day it's released, and I don't have to go anywhere.
Oh, right. You're not happy with
Amazon.
the service when you went in?
No, it wasn't the service. It was just like GameStop as a whole. I'm like, God, you sell so much crap.
Oh, so much
now,
other
like,
crap. Yeah.
Yeah, and like their deals, like they don't have really, you know, like if I owned GameStop, okay, every time Sony had a deal going on, or every time, you know, like Xbox had a deal going on their marketplace, I would try to match it.
Right.
I would try to do something to get people to come into my store. And it's just, Amazon used to have a thing where if you pre-ordered a game from, you know, Amazon.com or whatever, it was 20% off the original price. So every time you pre-ordered a game, it was 20% off. Which is a hell of a deal.
Oh, yeah. Especially when it's a new game and it's like $60.
Yeah. So, I think by this time next year, you'll either know if GameStop is like Toys R Us screwed, or if they're, you know, shutting down some stores, or what. But
oh yeah, yeah, we'll see.
Best Buy's in the same market. Like, I'm really surprised Best Buy is still open.
Other than the fact that the prices are ridiculous, but yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, though, too, and any store, any retail store, you can buy anything online. Anything. And like you said, Amazon. I don't need to go anywhere to buy shit.
But, like, Best Buy sells electronics, okay?
Right.
And they're ridiculously overpriced.
Oh, God, yes. That's why I try not to go shopping there. Ever.
Right. Like, here's an example. Aaron and I were at Meijer one day.
Here we go.
And, we were looking at bed sheets. Okay? And she was like, oh, I like these bed sheets, but I don't really know if I want to pay $40 for them. And I was like, alright. I was like, hold on a second. So I went on Amazon, and I found the exact same bed sheet, the exact same color and everything that we wanted, for $25.
Yep.
And I was like, click. I was like, they'll be here on Monday. And it was a Saturday. And I was like, and this is why stores are going out of business.
Oh, yeah.
The reason, I can tell you why Toys R Us went out of business. Because they didn't compete with the online marketplace. So, when I worked at Toys R Us, I remember having a meeting with my manager, and they're like, you're gonna see some stuff in the news headlines, but we're not joining Amazon. Like, because it was supposed to be like, you know, Amazon was like, hey, you know, try, you know, using us, because this was before Amazon was huge. Like, try using us for
and they're not right
like
down
online.
the street.
Yeah. Try using Amazon for, you know, like online orders and stuff. And Toys R Us was like, well, that's never going to work. You know, no one's ever going to buy stuff online. They're going to want to come into the store. And they never lowered the prices. And look where they're at now.
Oh yeah, huge. Hell, fuck cell phones you get nowadays. You've got an Amazon app.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got an Amazon account, I think.
I love Amazon. It's fast, it's cheaper most of the time, it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Their customer service is really good.
I know Brittany's got one.
Oh, an Amazon Prime account?
Yeah, because I think, like I was just telling her, I've got a, I think I've got an Amazon account, like a while back, but I would use hers, because she's got the Prime, and, I would just buy stuff on hers, because she's got the free shipping.
Yeah. That's what Erin does. She uses my account. But it's,
I bought
me,
fish and
like,
stuff off of Amazon.
to me, it is almost the exact same thing as, you remember Blockbuster video? They had the chance to buy Netflix. They turned it down because they said Netflix would never work.
I want to know why. It's like people don't want to go anywhere.
It's because they thought people would always want to come into, you know, their stores. And now this was at the time where Netflix wasn't a streaming service. It was a, you know, hey, rent the DVD video and we'll ship it to you, but you can keep it as long as you want.
Yeah, that's right. That was before Netflix went to streaming. They were all just sending... Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
And I'm pretty... You can still do that, I think. You can still request the DVDs.
Yeah, they still have that.
But
That's actually what Brittany and I were doing.